Pokemon Legends ZA was revealed, and today in Pokemon Day. And that's it. No Unova remake or no nothing. And I feel like, people were setting themselves up for Pokemon Unova remake because, they tweeted like Reshiram and Kyurem, like they tweet about every generation a lot. So I mean, it's not, but of course, people are gonna take it as a hint, and it's the next generation up to remake, and they've done Blueberry stuff, was clearly linked to Unova, so clearly they're trying to like hype you up for Unova remakes. And there isn't gonna be one, and I'm actually kind of happy about that because I don't want to just fall into the discourse machine just yet of people being like, it looks bad, it looks good, it looks like this, it looks like that. I'm happy we could wait a little bit before that happens. As for now, I mean, I think Unova are the best Pokemon games, and I would like a Unova remake. I think they would be. I mean, I think I would. I know I would enjoy them. But I could take. I think a Lumio's remake, a Lumio City remake, or just a game about. For one, I think Black and White 2. Like I know that during the making of Black and White 2, why they made those games was to surprise their fans. So I feel like it's almost in the spirit of Unova to make a surprising kind of thing what this is. Like, this is a surprising reveal. It's skipping over a generation to go to Kalos. And Kalos obviously was neglected. It's the most neglected generation for sure. So I'm glad it has something. Now, I don't know what the ZA could mean. I mean, I know Z, but I don't know what A is. Arceus, because it's the first letter of the alphabet. These are just separate reasons I'm thinking of. Is maybe some separate form of Zygarde? I don't know. It's already a complete form, so I don't know what else there would be. And I don't know. I mean, clearly Zygarde's going to be evolved because it's Pokemon Z, but like I saw the tweet said it was entirely set in Lumio City. So I don't know. Is it Lumios? Lumios? I'm gonna say Lumios. It's entirely set in Lumio City. So I don't know what kind of gameplay there's gonna be. Feels like it's got to be different than Legends Arceus, which is like so like open and sprawling. It's just set in one city. I feel like the gameplay is going to be different, and the thing that ties Legends games together isn't going to be their gameplay. It's going to be just like it being in the past, which I think is cool. If it's a different kind of game, I think that's fine. Obviously, the reason why people like Legends Arceus is because of the gameplay, not much else. So if this game is not exactly, what a Legends game is expected to be, I feel like people might be mad. But I also feel like a common criticism levied against Pokemon is that it's the same game every time. You fight 8 gyms, you beat your rival, you go to the champion, whatever. But now, these Legends games clearly are trying to be different from that. Maybe as a direct response to those people. And maybe the way they're different is that they're different every time. They're not the exact same Legends formula every time. So I think that's it's cool. Even if everyone obviously wants more Legends content, and I think maybe they could just try to make, if Legends Arceus is so good, they should just try to make that the main game. If that's what people clearly are demonstrating that they want, but I think Scarlet Violet sold a lot better than Legends Arceus. Another thing I thought was interesting was the fact that this game is going to come out in 2025, and it said on the Switch. So I think that the fact that it's coming out in 2025 on the Switch means, I think there's only 2 more games that are supposed to be coming out on the Switch that we know about from Nintendo, right? It's Princess Peach Showtime and the Thousand Year Door remake. So really just the Peach game, because the other one's a remake. So those are pretty low priority games. So people have been kind of assuming there's going to be a Switch to the successor. It's been 7 years since the original Switch comes out, literally in like a couple of days, which is insane to me. I didn't even really think about that. So people are kind of waiting. 7 years is a pretty normal console cycle, so people are waiting for the next one, and people want new graphics and stuff. But that's it's a little bit of a bad sign, because if it's releasing on Switch hardware, I feel like that even if it does release also on the Switch too, I think the graphics will probably be compromised because they'll have to make it okay for Switch. This is me saying that, they're going to push the graphics on the Switch to its limits, and now, they have to work within it. And it's obvious from their previous work that it's not, their work is not within the Switch's. It's not pushing the Switch to its limit. I think they would have to work within that. I think that's my guess, is that they're going to release this game on the Switch and the Switch 2 in 2025, and that's what they're not saying directly. But and that's a pretty late release. I think would be something like Cyberpunk, like how they released that on PS4 and PS5, because the game, the new system came out a little bit after, and they promised the Switch game, because the Switch 2 hasn't been revealed, and Nintendo's been saying pretty mum on that stuff. I think people kind of expected an early direct around these first 2 months, and it just hasn't happened. And Pokemon is very timely. That's one thing that Pokemon does. That's why people are like, why are Pokemon games so bad and Nintendo games are so good? That's why. It's because Pokemon is very timely. They don't miss a Pokemon day. They're like, oh, here's a new thing that's coming out, and you guys are gonna know. So, there it is. And they're going to move even without Nintendo's complete push. So they're going to be like, this is a Switch game, and then it'll go on the Switch and the Switch 2. So that, I feel like that might compromise the game's quality a bit. But, who knows? Maybe it's going to look amazing. And the fact that they didn't show gameplay, I thought was a smart move, considering I'm pretty sure in the first Legends trailer they showed gameplay, and I don't think people like that. All right, I think the final thing I talk about is the Mega Symbol that they showed. They showed the Mega Symbol and then the revving up. So, you would think that would be about the Pokemon War, because that's where Mega Evolution came to be. So you would think that's what it would be about. The fact that they said it was set entirely within Lumio City, so that makes me think. I don't know how they're gonna do the whole Pokemon War within that. Maybe it's like you hear kind of rumblings of the Pokemon War from within Lumio City, and you kind of get the idea of it, or maybe you see the disaster happening outside of it. That'd be kind of cool. It would take subtle, difficult storytelling. I don't think Pokemon's ever done that, but it'd be cool. But I think they're just trying to tease that there's going to be new Mega Evolutions. I think that's just going to have to happen. And people have been wanting that for a long time, so I'm glad they're doing it. And I'm excited to see what new Mega Evolutions come out, and I'd like you guys to tell me what Mega Evolutions you want in the comments, because I'll read the comments. I always read these comments for these prediction new type videos, because I always think, I want to know what people think. And leave a like if you could, and subscribe, because I want to make more Pokemon videos, and also videos about cartoons, hopefully, at some point. But it's so hard to make videos about cartoons, because it's so hard to put videos on the screen without getting copyright claimed. I love you, bye!